The following video has been rated for bronze audiences only. It may contain terrible plays and AFKs that may offend some people. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey guys, Arcadian here, back with another episode of Tips for Bronze. This week's topic, last hitting. So to give you an idea on how valuable CS or creep score is, let's take a look back at our last episode, where I mentioned those 13 little minions. The reason I said 13 minions is what they get is if they kill you, is because a minion's worth around about 23 gold. It's a little bit less early and a little bit more later, but around about 23 gold. And so 13 minions is worth 300 gold, the same amount as a kill. So if you can CS effectively, that means that you can have an entire kill's worth of gold at just 3 minutes into the game, guaranteed. You can even have up to 3100 gold by just 10 minutes if you hit every CS. That's enough to buy a Lichbane or a Randuin Zoman at 10 minutes. As mentioned, the other reason CS is so important is because if you get good at it, it can be the only 100% guaranteed gold method in the game. Minions don't get better, they don't get more skillful, and they don't outplay you most of the time. So if you can master this ability, it doesn't matter how good your enemy is, you can always count on getting strong. So now you know how important last hitting is. How do you improve? Well, last hitting is a mechanic, probably the most fundamental mechanic in League of Legends, and the only way to improve on a mechanic is to practice. However, contrary to popular belief, practice does not make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. So if you want to improve on your mechanics, you need to take time aside and practice in the right way. I've made a quick training guide inspired by Illendar, which is a fantastic way to improve your last hitting with any champion. I'll go through each of the games here, but if you want to view them at any time, you can go to our Facebook page or download them in the description. This practice can be done every day before any of your games and can dramatically improve your play for the day. It takes about 40 minutes to do all 7 games. So you want to create a custom game and choose the champion you want to learn to last hit with. Although as you get better at last hitting in general, your last hitting will improve with all champions, every champion's still a little bit different, and so it's best to practice with a champion you plan to play frequently. All games will be around about 5 minutes long, and you'll be fighting 8 waves of CS with a maximum possible CS of 50. Game 1. Achieve 47 CS with full runes and masteries, no lane opponents. You can buy items and use abilities. Game 2. It's the same as Game 1, except move between each action. This will teach you to be able to be more mobile in lane and give you better lane positioning. Game 3. The same as Game 2, except this time you're alternating between freezing the lane and pushing the lane. Me personally, I freeze the first lane, push the second, and so on. Game 4. This is the same as Game 3, except you want to add a bot to simulate enemy harass. You can do this by going into a custom game. Depending on which lane you want, the bots go to the lanes in order of top bot, mid, top bot. I remember by tits and beer, man, tits and beer. You can also control the difficulty by adding an ADC bot if you want heavier harass, or a tank bot for less harass. If you're laning in top or bot, you can also add 2 bots for those lanes just to make it a little bit more difficult. Game 5. It's the same as Game 4, but now drop all your runes and masteries and no buying items. You can use pots though. Game 6 is the same as Game 5, except now you can't use your abilities. Game 7 is the same as Game 6, except now between every single action or CS, you need to look at the scoreboard or look at the map or say something aloud. Type something in all chat. This allows you to increase your awareness, and so you can see the map, you're looking at the scoreboard, and it becomes an autonomous skill, something you do without thinking about it, but will greatly improve your play. There's an optional Game 8, which is just doing Game 1 again, going back to the full power that you would be, but that's just really a comparison thing to see how much you improved over the couple of games. The specific purpose for each game is written in the pictures in the description, but for time's sake, I skipped out a bit of detail, so do go through them and see why you do each of those things in particular. Also, I've included an Excel spreadsheet you can download so you can log all the different things you CS, because you will get better over time and you do want to keep up. You're not going to hit 47 CS or 50 CS as soon as you start practicing. To finish off, I'll show you a couple of tips and tricks you can do to help you CS throughout the game. Last thing under the tower. There's two different methods. Melee minions. You want to let the tower attack twice and then attack for the last hit. For mage minions, you want to auto attack once, let the tower attack, and then auto attack for the kill. If you're playing a particularly weak champion with a low AD, then you just add an extra auto attack to the start of both those patterns. The crop and bob. If you're low on AoE clear abilities, this can be a really nice way to increase your wave clear speed. You basically round up the minions, like so, make them follow you, get them in a nice circle, and then clear them all at once. If you're a support, this can also be a nice thing to do for your ADC to help them increase their wave clear. The cannon rush. When you get a cannon minion wave, you can rush their cannon minion down and then sit and wait for them to get yours low. When they go into last hit it, you heavily trade with them, go all out, throw down some harass, and they either have to choose to lose the trade with you or get the minion. Either way, you win. And my personal favorite, the shoop-de-whoop. You can get a group of minions that are together, all low enough to kill them with a single ability. Then you can trick your enemy into thinking they're safe behind their minions, burst them all down, and then throw something out for harassment. It can be a really good way to get your enemy down in lane. So, that's all folks. Thanks so much for watching, I really appreciate it. As you could probably tell, this week's video was a little bit different than last week's, and so I'd love for you to let me know, leave your feedback on YouTube or on Reddit to what you liked in the last video, what you liked in this video, and I'll try and find sort of a nice in-between area. Also, ideas, if you want to throw me any ideas you had, I had heaps of suggestions last week and heaps of them are really, really good. I do read every single comment and suggestion, and I really, really appreciate all the support that you guys give, and so thanks for that, and I should see you next week with the next episode of Tips for Bronze. Thanks for watching.